Into my face, yeah. Mm. What's up, Facebook and YouTube? I'm gonna upload it to my YouTube channel. Anybody still up? Oh, it's just what 9:55. Yeah. I just want this video is not gonna be long. I swear. I know I always say that, but it tends to go a minute. But but there's some that I've been just wanted to share with you. And by the way, thank y'all so much for sharing, and subscribing. Thank you for the follows. I can use about 200 more follows on my Facebook page. Y'all share these videos. Share. Share these videos. Like. Share. On my Facebook page, I need about 200 more of you to follow. And on my YouTube channel, I need about 200 more of you to like, share, and subscribe. We're almost there. I'm telling you. We're going to get our podcast up and running so we can talk to each other. I know I have StreamYard, but I'd rather set up some phone lines. We really talk to each other on the phone. I know it's about the same thing on StreamYard. It's even cheaper, but it's just something about it making it appear to be an actual like a phone or call-in talk radio show. That's what I want. And so I want to turn into that. Now I'll do the StreamYard. Y'all can just hit the link and come on in. Or give your number, you call in. We can probably do them both. Let you come in on the link and call in on the phone as well. I'll see how that works. But just give me a minute. But I need y'all to like, share, and subscribe. I need about 2,000 more hours of watch hours on my videos on YouTube. So I need y'all to go ahead and do the thing. Those of you who are on my Facebook page, want to hear more of what I'm talking about, come on over to my YouTube channel. But I want to say this. Most recently, for those of you who kind of scour around social media, Amanda Seales. Y'all know who that is? Amanda Seales. She recently had a 1 versus 20 black conservatives. And they have that all the time because I've watched a couple on there. They had one conservative versus 20 members of the LGBT. That was something to watch. What's the one I watched? Versus, oh crap. Because I've seen at least 2 of them. I can't remember the one. But I liked, it depends on what the topic is and who the verses are. But I appreciate that, these conversations. Because you really get to hear what people are talking about, how they really think. And that one person, it's Candace Owens versus them as well. I saw Candace Owens. She mopped the floor with a lot of them too. And so, but they chose, and the people who put this on, this is a liberal group called Jubilee. And they set people up. With this one, Amanda Seales versus 20 black conservatives. Some people saying, well, she wasn't the one to talk about it. They should have got Tariq Nasheed. They should have gotten Yvette Cornett. They could have got, those we know as foundational black Americans. However, be that as it may, and we can go down the list. I'll help y'all go down the list of what I think about Amanda Seales' old funk ass. She's very misandrous. She spews a lot of anti-black male misandry. She's a feminist bitch. Angry, goes back and forth, just not a very nice person, in my opinion. But we can't not say that the woman isn't intelligent. She just tends to use her powers for bad. I think right now, according to social media, she is suing an ex-boyfriend for some money she gave him when they were dating, and now she wants the money back. It's always some drama. And Amanda Seales is the same one who tried to frame this brother. He was in the NFL. He left the NFL, and he went on to pursue a medical degree, became a medical doctor. He left the NFL to become a medical doctor, and I think they were dating, or he decided that she wasn't it for him. he decided that she wasn't it for him. So, in essence, it appears that he allegedly turned her down or thwarted her advances, and she started making up some mess. First of all, how about this? All of a sudden, she went, because I remember following the story. She had tried to bring together women who said that they were sexually harassed by him, and she tried to mitigate that. She tried to, mediate that whole thing. She just jumped into the business and started tarnishing the black man's name, his brother's name. Luckily, it didn't catch fire, but yeah, she got a lot of, as they say, as Kwame Brown would say, a lot of kicks. Her draws kicked up her ass by a lot of brothers. We didn't care for that. And Amanda Seales will more likely never be a favorite among black male circles. She won't. She also hated on the movie King Richard because Will Smith. She said Will Smith was too light-skinned to play him and colors and all this kind of stuff. And we get it. She'd be the same one to say that Denzel probably should have played Malcolm X. So Amanda Seales, she's doing that kind of, she does that. And she was, kicked to the side by the cast members of Insecurity. They, Issa Rae and all of them. She was disinvited from a cast party or something a few years back. They didn't let her in, but somehow she made her way in, and nobody in the cast party, including Issa Rae, who's I think the creator of that show Insecure on HBO, none of them came to her rescue. As a matter of fact, it was Issa Rae's publicist and friend, who tripped out on Amanda Seales when she was at the door. And Amanda was pissed about it because she thought that Issa Rae, like, damn, it's like that, you gonna get your girl? But Issa Rae, like, look, my name has been in it, I ain't in it. Just kind of let her be thrown under the bus. So, and she's just been labeled the radical, unlikable, rude female, and a lot of people just don't mess with her. And so now to let y'all know, hey, what's up, bro? And so let y'all know that Amanda Seales is not a favorite of a lot of ours. She's not. However, you can dislike Amanda Seales all day long, but you cannot ignore the fact or the reality that she's intelligent. She just uses her powers for evil. But we have to give her credit. We have to give the woman her dues for the way she purported, the way she handled herself with this 1 versus 20 black conservatives. And at first I was like, I want to watch this Amanda Seales, but I decided to watch it. And luckily, I was watching it as I was doing laundry, so I had a whole hour and a half to just watch my clothes wash and watch them dry. And I had my earplugs in, and I listened, and I listened, and I listened, and she mopped the floor with those little. Let me tell you something. I'm not a huge fan of black conservatives, but I believe in allowing them to have their space to breathe and to have their space to say what they want to say. I think everyone has the right to free speech. But something about, believe it or not, it's not all of these, but there's a segment of these black conservatives that are just dickwads. They're bootlicking, white folks, ass-kissing little bastards, and I can't stand them. And watching that show last night, it proved why. I see why a lot of folks call them a bunch of coons and baboons. They're awful. And again, there are some black conservatives who are not like these little assholes who were on that show with Amanda Seales. You name every black stereotype they try to hit her with. Every black stereotype. And I describe the whole thing as those little sniveling, trauma bonding, trauma projecting, anti-reparations, white folks defending Uncle Ruckus, miniature Uncle Ruckus's little bastards. They were awful. But it was 3 of them that was actually civilized, and they actually learned. They actually had a conversation with Amanda. She learned something from them, and most importantly, they learned something from her. Because there were a lot of youngsters spewing this Fox News right-wing conservative bullshit. I mean, You know, if you want to kick a black conservative in the ass, all you have to do is just do actual statistics and know your black as well as American history. You'll kick these little emotional bastards in the ass, even the old ones in the ass. And they always mention that I forgot his name. Oh, what's that old fool's name? They love talking to him, but then none of them have never read the African scholars like a Dr. Ben Yakahanan or Dr. Claude Anderson or Dr. John Henry Clark. What's the name? Sorrow. What's that old bastard's name? All of them. Candace Owens. She loves to quote him. What's that old fool's name? He's an economics major. It takes Professor Black Truth to get on his ass. What is his name? Because one of the little bastards mentioned him. I probably when this is over. He compared black Southerners to white rednecks. What's that old fool's name? But anyway, it'll come later. Every topic, she mopped the floor with them. They can expound on, there are not any fathers in the home. Okay, great. What else you got? Black men kill black people, but okay, what else you got? We're talking about proximity and all of this. They don't have the ability to have what's called broader and elongated conversations. They throw out all these headlines that were quickly and can be quickly debunked by my man. If y'all want to know about statistics of black men, black male violence, black people incarceration, the true statistics, go to this YouTube channel by the brother who goes by the name of Medium Man. As a matter of fact, he did a reaction to Amanda Seales versus 20 black conservatives and debunked all that BS they were trying to throw her way, which she did a good job of debunking on the show. But we got real brothers out here who do actual statistics, who do the real research to debunk all the nonsense. When it talks about fatherhood, when it talks about incarceration rates, when it talks about who's actually killing whom. They always say, well, black men, I'm more likely to be killed or robbed by a black man than a white man. She actually, what's the proximity? This one little black girl with long, I think it was bronze orange weaved out her head, just an angry little malnourished little wench. Well, my brother was killed by a black man. I had my father. He was robbed by a black man. And so she said, well, how close in proximity do you live to black folks? Well, where I live there's some black people, but most white. So hold on, just stop. They be making up shit. And like Amanda said, are y'all actors? She like, man, y'all can't be serious. Cause they say the most outlandish shit on their little YouTube channels. But if you get them face to face, they lose every time. And I was just so impressed how she just really mollywopped those little angry anti-black little bastards. That's what they are. Well, we like to work hard. Well, we as black conservatives, we like to work hard for our money. We don't beg the government. Let me tell you something, you stupid asshole. Everybody gets money from the government, even when undeserved. Everybody. And it's interesting how they look past all these other groups that gotten paid by this government for nothing that America did to them. Jews have been getting money from America that America had nothing to do with. Hitler did that to them. But they still get billions of dollars from our U.S. government thanks to not only Republicans, but your beloved Democratic politicians. But those black conservatives don't seem to know that one little asshole had the nerve to have on some kind of Jewish little thing around his neck, a necklace. I'm telling you, they so fucked up. These black conservatives, such Oreos, they so fucked up. I mean, where they get these people from? And my thing is, if you don't live in the black community, you don't live around black folks, shut the fuck up about black folks. And I guarantee you, quite a few of those little bastards are married to Caucasians or got a baby with a Caucasian and talking about black people. Get your sorry ass out the seat. And I don't like that. If you don't hang around black folks, you don't interact with black folks, shut your goddamn mouth about black people. If you're a black man that don't date black women, but you got all this drama for black women, take your stupid ass back, jump back over that fucking fence, and you stay over there. If you're a black female, you don't date black men, you don't round black men, you take your dumb ass back over the racial fence too and shut the fuck up. This conversation for those of us who actually interact with each other. I don't like people. You mad, you took your little racial football or basketball, and you left, you jumped the fence, went and played with other folks. Great. But once you jump the racial fence, keep your fuck ass over there. Stop talking about what's going on with black folks, because you made your decision. We decided to marry that white man, that white woman, had them non-black kids. We decided to take your ass over there, shut the fuck up about black folks and what you don't like. You just proved that was your solution to it. And all that shit was, all of that was brought out. All of that was brought out in that conversation. You can say what you want to say about Amanda Seals, and she deserves it. But she mopped the floor with their little asses. I enjoyed it. You know, but it was three of them that actually sat down and purported themselves very well. This young brother out of New Orleans, his name was Joshua, I think. Shout out, Joshua. You see this video? Shout out, little brother. He was actually trying to learn something. He threw out his little myths and stereotypes about blacks or whatever, but she corrected him and he was cool with it. And he talked about the impact of Katrina and what went on there and all of that. He didn't say it with attitude. He shared that piece. And they had what's called a very amicable back and forth. And then there was this other sweet young lady who came on. She was smiling. Almost, I think she was a Amanda Seals fan the way she came across. But she like, thank you, and no learning. And this one young brother with the fro and the dashiki, he came on. The jury's still kind of out with him, but he's teachable. But the rest of those little cult-like jackasses, they're done. They're done. But they thought, and so, of course, today all over YouTube, conservative media, black conservative media, and oh wow, and Amanda Seals got crushed by the black conservative. Oh wow, Amanda Seals got crushed. She did not get crushed. You bastards suffered a crushing blow because she exposed just how cult-like in your thinking, how anti-black you are, just for the sake of trying to appease your white audience. You do. And I don't mind. You can have your freedom of speech, but what you will not do is think you are spewing facts about a group of people you don't even fuck with no more. And a lot of you black conservatives are some weenie little assholes who couldn't keep your weight up when you was in your black high school. Growing up, now you mad. And so you thinking about going over to white folks and that weird ass anti-black rhetoric. You think that's suitable for you because you hurt, because you couldn't survive in your own community? You couldn't put up with it, you little weasel, sniveling little bastard and bastards? Sick. It's the weirdest thing to... And we all have an issue. We all have something that we could say about what's going on in our community. We can all day long. But I will not sit by and let some son of a bitch or some son of a bitchette who decide to jump the racial fence or to jump over to another racial ideology to try to talk shit about the black race, make money off of it, get views off of it, you get the fuck on and stay gone. Just go on. And she kicked y'all ass. So all you conservatives, be it the little weird ass that Officer Tatum, you little jerk, she'll kick your ass too. Number two, the Cartier brothers, y'all can just keep on pushing that lie. Because the YouTube channels that I'm naming, all they do is have anti-black rhetoric. They never talk about the psycho or the maniacal behavior of the white population in this country. They never. Because their YouTube channels have over 70% white followers. And that's what I don't like about them Hodge twins and all them kind of motherfuckers, Terrence K. Williams and weirdo ass. I can go down and list these weirdo, but then there's some black conservatives who's like, look, I'm not against my people. I just want us to do better. I'm conservative politically speaking, but I want us to do better. But you know what? They can't help themselves. They are slavery deniers. They are anti-reparationists. They're reparation deniers, and they're American slavery deniers. Those are the qualifications that you must present in order to get accepted into the white conservative movement. You have to deny slavery. You have to deny reparations. Anything that seems to be owed. These motherfuckers talking about, well, instead of begging for the government, you dumb bastard. Reparation is not begging for the government. Reparation is a debt that's owed for free fucking labor. And then they said, well, there were a lot of black people who owned slaves. You dumb bastards. There was no black people own no fucking slaves. They love to go there. But what the fuck's that got to do with the money they owe? 246 years of brutal torture, rape, sodomy, taking people's names, chopping off limbs that they tried to escape, patty rollers, 100 more years of legalized segregation. You can't sit here, nigga. You can't go there, boy. And you don't think they need to pay for that? And the way she broke it down is reparation. You need to repair the shit that you broke. Number 2, remuneration. That is the payment for the work that was done. Oh, she did a great job. She educated those 20 assholes, except for those 3. No, they were educated, but they weren't assholes. She educated them. Good job. And so, it lets you know you don't have to get out the big guns to get on these dumbasses. They're just script reading, Fox News, conservative, Joe Rogan News, Brock podcast listening motherfuckers. And they look stupid out here in these streets. And I want to say to them, y'all are no better than these old cult-like ass liberals. They just as dumb as y'all are. So me getting on their ass don't mean I'm giving black Democrats and liberals a fucking pass either. Them dumb assholes too. These motherfuckers, y'all so busy hating Trump, but y'all don't mind all the gay shit just shutting y'all shit down. So don't even get me talking about them weirdos. Here, you need to be conservative against hell. You need to be a regular person against black liberals. That would be something to see too. They're a bunch of dumbasses. All they know is the Trump, we hate Trump, we hate Trump. While your fucking neighborhood's going to pieces. So there's some other shit. But I digress. I just want to say, hey, even like they always say, even a broke clock is correct twice a day. And the broke clock, that is Amanda Seals, was right in that 1 versus 20 black conservatives. I don't know, maybe they're trying to regroup. They're probably looking at that like, damn, we didn't send our best ones out there. And these are like bunch of young people. I'm like, where are the 40-year-olds? Where are the 50-year-old conservatives at? Thomas Sowell. That's that old bastard who's like the Bible to these assholes. Thomas Sowell. They listen to that little old motherfucking prick. Thomas Sowell. That's the Bible who they listen to. Yeah, I knew it. They make up this weird ass stuff. And one thing she said, 2 things. She said, all you immigrants, and that's a big deal. The immigrants, they come from other countries and think they can speak on the experience of foundational black Americans when we made it possible for you motherfuckers to sail over here in a raft, jump the motherfucking fence, crawl the wall, sneak through the bushes to get your ass over here voluntarily. Or to catch a plane over here from Nigeria, the Congo, or wherever the fuck you come from. Do you come over here and you passing judgment on the people who went through all the bullshit and still surviving over 400 years? You got some side out to say? You weird son of a bitch, you. I'm glad she made that statement. The world heard it last night, and they're going to continue to hear it. Because it's got over 1 million views. If you from another goddamn country come over to talk shit about blacks, take your funk ass back to your country that you fled from, you sorry coward motherfuckers. We stayed here and fought. Still fighting. Yeah. We paved the road so you can crawl your ass over here. Get in a inflated raft over here. Jump a fence. Jump through the bushes. Climb a wall, goddammit. We made it possible for you because your country's treating you like shit. We made it possible. Foundational black Americans made it possible for all you motherfuckers to come over here and then think you better than the people who paved the road for your funk ass to walk on with no goddamn difficulties. You should be thanking every foundational black American you run into, you arrogant, snide, cowardly son of a bitch. Yeah, I said it. It's not all of them who act like that. Y'all know the ones I'm talking about. You black people, y'all are lazy. I come up here from my other country, and I go straight to, you go straight to white folks, kiss their ass. That's what you do, you immigrant. You don't come to the black neighborhood to help build it up, you goddamn African, you goddamn Asian, you goddamn Arab, you goddamn Mexican, you don't do that. You bring your ass up here and go and stick your nose straight up white America's ass. Then take your funky nose and try to look down on black people. And of course, that's not all of them who do that. There's some really nice Hispanics, there's some really nice, there's a few Asians that are really cool, you know. But y'all know what I'm talking about. So cut the bullshit. She did a great job. I want to invite y'all to go check that out. Now, everything she said, you know, there could be some debate there. For the most part, she killed them. They spitting that old shit that we already know. Well, you know, all they talk about is black on black crime, like white on white crime is not a thing. And she talked about, and then you had these dumb bastards there talking about, there's no such thing as systematic racism. My grandfather came here, and he grew up we were all poor. We were all so poor. My grandfather pulled himself up from his bootstraps, and he built a business, and he's able to grow that business and gave it to my father, and I learned those things from my father. Hey, asshole, everybody black granddaddy started something for them. Everybody black granddad that's a foundational black America had a black granddaddy that either tilled the fields, he worked on the farm, he did something like that to make sure your your grandmother had things, so your great aunties and all that shit, all of us done. They be talking like they've done some original shit. Well, my grandfather, he put himself, everybody granddaddy did is black in this motherfucker, you retarded dumbass. All this stupid shit. Like this, you're not, they use that what I call that entitled immigrant language. When I come over here, the Italians be saying that shit, Irish be saying that shit, Hispanics be saying that shit. Well, you know, we came over here with nothing. How the fuck you leave somewhere and go somewhere with nothing? And then number two, you just gonna act like your race did not give you a leg up over foundational black Americans. When you look at history, the issue is always Europe versus Africa, in whatever form you want to take it. Because if I look like this and they look like Shirley Temple, there's gonna be systematic discrimination. There's no systematic discrimination, you know. You stupid bastard. And so, but when it happens to them, all of a sudden, they're not going to say a word about it. Well, you know, it just happened. It happened to people. No, motherfucker, you said there was no systematic racism. And I'm not wishing on anything. My thing is, you know, keep your mouth. If you mad at black folks, move on. Just move on. We're not bothering you. We're not bothering you at all. Take your conservative black ass on over there where you think you accept it. And then you get your nigga wake-up call, fool. You had all the children with them and had all that. You done all of that. And still, as your favorite rapper Jay-Z says, you still nigga. So you might as well come and make up with your race and become part of the solution instead of Benedict Arnolding yourself outside the race and go tell the white boy, you know, them blacks over there, they be doing it, they doing that. If you so upset about the conditions of black folks, don't go to white folks and tell it. Talk about your people. Bring your black ass over here and do something to try to help with some improvements. Yeah. That's how that works. We're the only motherfuckers that defect from our own race and then go talk about our own race to other motherfuckers who can't stand you and your fucking race. Just stupid. But see, if y'all read some Dr. John Henry Clark, you wouldn't act like that. You read some Dr. Claude Anderson, you wouldn't act like that. If you read some Dr. Ivan Van Sertima or Dr. Ben Yakhanan or Dr. Amos Wilson, see, you wouldn't act like that. You wouldn't think like that. Just an empty moon-headed jerk. You don't know shit, but you just upset. And that one girl talking about my brother was murdered. Baby, go get some therapy. You're traumatized. Go get some therapy. Your brother wasn't the only one murdered in the black community. But those folks who's had their loved ones murdered by other blacks, they ain't ran to no other race to talk bad about their race. They got in their race, they worked it out, and they said, no, That person killed. The race didn't kill my father. That member did. Y'all hold the whole race and also responsible for one person did to your folks. That ain't how that works. That's not how it works, you weirdos. And again, there's some black conservatives who are very logical people. Pretty cool. But the bulk of them are jerks. They read off, again, Fox News scripts. They're a bunch of little assholes, little pricks. And they're so white adjacent. Well, I know that when I was grew up and I was made fun of, and by black people, and black people made fun of me. Everybody makes fun of you, Urkel. You're a goofy. Hell, white kids bully your ass. And it's funny. Y'all see these black kids go to these white colleges and white boys be bullying them. They ain't got no problem with white folks, though. But soon the black dude talk about their shoes. Somebody black talk about how they little dusty shoes or their little raggedy shirt. They're fucking traumatized the rest of their lives. They talked about my clothes. A lot of, they're so materialistic. They talked about my hair. They talk about, grow up. God damn it, get a job and give us some new clothes like the rest of us did. You're just a goofy. Again, I appreciated that whole thing with Amanda Seals. And if they want some more of this smoke, it's some more of it over here. Yeah. Y'all want to bring your ass over and have another conversation, black conservatives? Y'all think y'all got shit together? You know, y'all had me this close, but as soon as I listened to you talk long enough, I was like, all right, I'm done. Well, you know, reparations, and let me tell you something they love to say. How come there are white people today have to pay for something that they had nothing to do with? They didn't own any slaves. You see how dumb you sound? How about, let me tell you something to you black conservatives. Go say that shit to a 20-year-old Jew. Say, you know what? Why y'all still punishing Germans today? They weren't there. They weren't there in Auschwitz in 1939 and 1949, marching Jews to the ovens. So why y'all still so mad at the young Germans today? Why y'all still demanding payment for something they didn't have anything to do with? You don't say it to them, don't you? No, you don't. That's what I be talking about. That's why I can't take you people seriously. When it's about black folks, all gloves are off. Oh, why are you talking? And why were y'all defending white folks so much? That is really sick. Well, why? How come white people are tired? When they had this so-called black fatigue, you had all these Negroes on there. White people tired of niggas. And what's the name? Anton Daniels, you too. You one of those, you right sometimes and fucked up sometimes, but you make sure you hone in on whatever black people's flaws are. You straddle the fence. Yeah, Anton, you be with the shit. Black people are tired and show all the videos where I guess white people are such victims. I've never seen such a thing. It's the weirdest goddamn behavior. That's what y'all do to make y'all money, black conservatives. You stand on the backs of blacks to make your money. Be a man, be a woman, make your own money. And not use black people as a scapegoat to do it, black conservatives. Miss Successful fucking black conservatives. Then y'all go in these white circles acting and looking like a bunch of grinning Cheshire cats. Not all, but quite a few of you do. This shit is stupid. But I digress. So I just wanted to get that off my mind. Y'all be cool. It's your man Rico. What's up, Pamela? Sanchez, what's up, man? Yeah, y'all continue to like, share, and subscribe. No, that's all I have to say about that. If I come up with anything else, I'll definitely hit y'all up. I may do another video real quick. So y'all don't go anywhere. I'm going to come back and do another one. Y'all be cool. All right? Like, share, and subscribe. Talk to y'all later. Peace.